Alrighty then. Successful Indie Author 5 Minute Focus, episode 1032. What is right for where you are in your author journey? This is a hard question because people are at all different stages as they're climbing the mountain of success. And what you can do first is make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, hit subscribe, and follow us on YouTube to get all the latest notifications when anything new comes out from Successful Indie Author. First and foremost is always craft. If you start building your other stuff before your craft is up to speed, then all these target audience that you desire is going to get turned off because they're not going to like your stories. You can start with the foundational elements like newsletters, networking, social media, a landing page, whether you have it a website, whether you have it someplace else like BookFunnel, Story Origin, have landing pages that you can send people to. That one place where you can direct anybody who might be interested in, oh, hey, Craig wrote a book. Let me see what that's about. Send that landing page. You can have information about yourself. You can have a list of your books. You can have all kinds of different stuff, links to your social media, wherever you hang out, wherever you share details about your story, about your life, about being an author, about your characters, all of that. Yes, that's foundational stuff. But if your craft isn't under control or you don't have your story done yet, doing that foundation may be premature. I suggest you got to have that first book written, even if it's not edited and ready to go yet, but written, because then it shows you can do it. You show you have the confidence that, hey, not only can I do this, I could probably do this again. That's the hard part. Can you do it a second time and a third and a fourth, or whatever it might be for your situation as an author? If it took you 10 years to write the first book, guess what? It's not going to take you 10 to write the second. You're better than that. You've learned things. And especially as you go through the quality control process to bring that story to market, you're going to learn even more. You go, if I had only written it this way, then I could market it this way. Beginning with the end in mind, and that end not being the end of the story, but the end being, how do I hand this to the right readers? That is a trick that more experienced authors take into account when they start writing the book. How can I tweak this in such a way that it will appeal to this audience? Because putting that book into the right reader's hands is how you make money. All starts with craft. It has to be a story that's compelling. And if you're talking nonfiction, then the organization has to be in a way that the readers and consumers will get the information best. You can be the smartest person in the world, but if you don't know how to share that information in a way that people can internalize, then what good is it being that smart? Got to be able to share and teach. So that's with nonfiction. That's the challenge, is making sure that you can share that information in a way that the readers can internalize and say, yes, this resonates. I get it. Then you'll sell more books. When in doubt, study craft. Read more books, get feedback on your stories. Do what you need to do to make sure your craft is up to speed. We got a bad rap early on in that I wrote a lot of books because that's all I did. I was retired. I had nothing else to do. So I wrote books. People are like, oh, just churn out any kind of crap at any rate of speed as fast as you can and throw it out on the market. And they couldn't have been more wrong. Because when you do that, if you just churn out crap, guess what? You're not going to find an audience. Those books aren't going to sell. And all you've done is wasted your time, even if you did it quickly. So I wrote quickly, but I spend so much time in the chair. If you spend 12 hours a day in front of your computer, 7 days a week, 30 days a month, I hope you can write a damn book. If you're spending that much time, you better get the book done. I mean, there's a certain efficiency you have to have. And once you know storytelling, and know that's a continual learning process. You're never going to be a master of storytelling where I got this, because there's always something new as you're writing, especially if you're a discovery writer. There's always new ways to go, always different angles you can attack a problem and approach a scene. So always study craft, no matter how good you are, no matter how many books you've sold. Foundation building can start early, but if you start too early, you can torpedo your efforts because you can turn off the readers that you're trying to find before you're ready to find them. But you still need to start early. You still need to have a a newsletter, a landing page, social media, a way to discover those readers, a way for those readers to find you. Starting early helps, especially if you can share your journey. I'm learning, here's what it looked like. Here's what it looks like now, as you've done a rewrite of a paragraph. That'll bring people on board because they'll believe that you're working to write better stories. And they like the new you. The old you, that was a story. It was compelling, but the new you shares it in a way that they like. And then dive into 3 pillars of marketing. No, you don't have to wait until you have 3 books. That's another misnomer. I like the 3-book method, but you can start right away because you need to learn. It's not a given. You need to develop your brand. You need to understand how to do ads, whether it's on a social media site or it's through your seller, such as Amazon. Can you do Amazon ads? And promotions? How do you get that book into other people's hands? What can you do with paid newsletters? What can you do with shared newsletters between authors at the same point in their journey as you? So where do you start? What's right for you where you are on your journey? Always default to craft, foundation building, slowly and surely. Make sure that you manage the reader expectations that, hey, the polish is coming, and look at this. What do you think about this story? Get that feedback to improve. People will stay with you if their feedback is respected. So build that readership and then dive into the marketing when your craft is sound, when the storytelling is good and the book is compelling. Then marketing, you got to get that book into the right reader's hands now that you know it's a good book. Tricks of the trade. Peace, fellow humans.